Let us strive to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan. Those words of Abraham Lincoln's after the American Civil War are said to be one of General Gowon's favorite inspirations. It's the way he wants to reunite Nigeria. Sadly, after one day's hurried tour of what was once Biafra, it must be said that the reality does not yet match up to the promises the General has made. Has it happened to you?
Yes.
What happened?
They take all my dresses and everything on the road.
They took your clothes off?
Yes.
Yesterday?
Yes.
Did you have your baby with you?
I have nothing to chop, sir.
We don't see any clothes, we don't see anything, we don't see any food. My became the tray, they're for us.
Did they give you any food?
No, nothing.
They just raped you and left
Yes,
you?
they didn't give us anything. They just receive all our things and carry it and go. If you talk too much, they start to kill you.
If I give you a bag of garri, the best you can do is to put it in water and drink it. It doesn't do any good. There's no, if they say there's rape or looting or anything like that, this is customary with any war. But this is the barest minimum. And officers and NCOs are doing everything that is humanly possible to stop it.
What action have you taken against it?
Well, a soldier was caught red-handed raping a lady, and he was shot on the spot. He was ordered to be shot by the GOC.
Do you think that's having an effect on your men?
It will have, yes. It will have.
Have you listened to any accusations of rape and looting?
No.
None at all?
No. They should have been with us today.
Have you seen no evidence of looting?
I don't know whether it's looting or whether it's somebody that's throwing the stuff away.
Looting and rape?
Beg pardon?
Have you heard anything about rape?
No.
I'm
sure there has been some.
You heard that officers have been...
We're not trying to say that all armies don't do this, Brigadier, but we're simply... I tend to find it rather curious that you tend to deny that this occurs at all, whereas...
I'm not denying that it occurs.
But you don't particularly ask for it, do you?
No. Because I know it occurs.
Yeah. Have you seen anything that differs from what you put in your last report?
No, we've seen no reason to alter our report. There will be additions to it, but not alterations.
To go and get it. Could you not go yourselves to go and get the food?
We can go if the authorities will.
For example, all the way up and down the road, there are people with, carrying food on their heads. I mean, there doesn't appear to be any restriction of movement in this area.
No, not at all.
Why stay here if there's food 5 miles down the road?
The reason is this. If you carry the food while coming out, a hungry man will pounce on you again and take it from you. The whole place will be rowdy.
Go in, if you're going to, I know you've got your problems. I'm not trying to make things easy for you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find what the facts are.
Correct.
I would have said, go in a gang so that you've got protection. Go 5 miles down the road and collect your food. Now, if the federal forces say you can't do this, that's another story. But at the present moment, you haven't told me that there's any restriction of food.
They have not done so. The embassy is around. Yes.
Hello. Okay, I'll be around. Don't worry. Well, I hope you're enjoying your tour. Mr. Frenzy?
Yes. My feelings are surprisingly to me, they're absolutely normal and happy. I am glad. I have always said that I wanted an end to the killing. You follow that? I always said that this killing has gone on enough. Nobody likes it. You know, my own brother is married to a northern Nigerian girl. She has 3 children for him. You follow that? As I have said also, I was born in northern Nigeria, educated in western Nigeria, and I come from here.
You're happy to be back in the fold?
I am absolutely happy. No trouble at all.
Against the British?
British, well, I still have to see them. They are my publishers.
Can we ask you, what is the situation here at the moment?
Well, the situation, as far as I can see it, improves from day to day. At the very first, there was a general scramble away, and gradually, from the way that the troops are behaving, people are gradually beginning to have some confidence.
Lie down. Carry on, carry on, carry on. Take this side. Take this side. Take me.
This is Uli Airport. More than the fall of any of Biafra's main towns, Enugu, Port Harcourt, at the last Owerri, the collapse of Uli meant the end of Biafra. For it was here that almost every night up to 300 tons of food for the starving and arms to sustain secession came into this rebel stronghold. That's why the federal side will now not allow it to be used to bring in relief supplies, because it's too closely identified with the whole concept of Biafra. I remember it, of course, in the dark at night, as every other journalist and relief worker who flew in here does. It was pouring with rain when we landed, and I remember that the trees on either side of the wing seemed to rush past incredibly close to us, lit very dimly by the improvised oil flares at the side of the runway. And then while the porters unloaded the relief supplies, we went through the rather comic customs proceedings. And really that's all I've got left. Biafra stamp in my passport, a 5-shilling Biafran note. It's all over, for good or ill. This is Richard Lindley, East Central State, Federal Nigeria.